What a Beach Two Movies here. Since this month I'm doing my reviews for school-based movies because of back to school month, here's my review for the 1995 film Dangerous Minds. Now this stars Michelle Pfeiffer as as his former retired U.S. Marine named Lou Ann Johnson, who in 1989 took up a teaching position at Carmel High School in Belmont, California, where most of her students are, of course, African American and Latino teenagers from East Palo Alto, and they are very they live in this economically deprived city. They're pretty much like troublemakers too, so she has tried to trick to pretty much lay the grounds and all. And of course, she isn't having first terrible day, and she decides she must throw decorum to the win here. And Johnson, of course, returns to the classroom, and so yeah, and so she also ends up pretty much trying to get these kids, these privileged kids, try to be more strict on these kids and all. And I can say it's like a female version of Dead Post Society in a way. And Michelle Pfeiffer, probably this is one of her best, one of my favorite performances of hers. I mean, of course, she was great as Catwoman in Batman Returns. Hairspray, she's great in. Grease 2. Michelle Pfeiffer has always been a dynamite, and she was such a badass in this. The film was also directed by John Smith. This is also the film that pretty much gave us that iconic Coolio song "Gangsta's Paradise." By the way, I think I bet a lot of people don't even realize that this is the movie where "Gangsta's Paradise" got its start from. Because of course Coolio actually had a role in this, so that's pretty cool right there. You also had Courtney B. Vance, from Law and Order fame. He even was in this. George Susanna. Lorraine Toussaint from Orange is the New Black fame. You had John Neville was also in this. You had some really intriguing cast members here. I mean, it's definitely the film did not really get too much well received. It got a 29%, but it is a really interesting a school-based film. Michelle Pfeiffer really embodied this role perfectly. This is of course based on a true story. So yeah, that's pretty interesting. I would like this type of true story stuff. It's the screenplay, by the way, which is also based on the real Lou Ann's book, which is titled "My Pose Don't Do Homework," was pretty decent. These kids are very troublemakers, but Pfeiffer does always Pfeiffer's character always tries to get them put them in their place and all. And she does such a great job here. You had loads of cool some really cool castmates in this, and they all did such a great job. The script was pretty decent. The performances by the students were all good. I mean, this movie definitely came out in in pure 1990s. Probably one of the most underappreciated 90s films there is. Not many people usually talk about it a lot, but this is definitely a movie, despite it being rated R. I believe this was rated R. Yeah, it was rated R. So, but despite it being rated R, I think schools should actually show this movie. Because sad to say there are literally kids like them, and trust me, when I went to high school, I've seen privileged kids like the kids featured in this. So yeah, lots of the students in this are troublemakers, but they do try Pfeiffer does try to set some grounds with these kids, and it's a really decent film. If you guys never seen that. I mean, if you guys have never really seen Dangerous Minds, you can where you can find it nowadays. You can actually find it on Hulu. You can find it on some other sites. It's a really decent film. I mean, it was released on August 11th, 1995, and made about 23 million. Oh no, it actually made 179.5 million. Did pretty well in the box office for a film like this. But yeah, definitely one of my favorite Michelle Pfeiffer performances. Anyway, let me let you guys. Have you ever seen Dangerous Minds? If so, what's up? Were you a fan of it? Were you not a fan of it? Drop comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell for more notifications. This is Tim signing out.